What's up, y'all? This is Aquarius Robbers back at it again with another one. And truth is a very important theme in all of our lives, right? We all want to be upheld in truth and understanding. And even in the midst of darkness, we still want understanding. There's so many truths in the world. It's hard for one to truly understand truth itself. One thing I'll definitely tell you is truth sometimes is not always the nicest thing. Sometimes the truth can come out blunt. Sometimes the truth can bring you order. They say within chaos, order is needed. Without order, there would just be chaos. Which brings me to our first card, which is divinely touched. The Ace of Swords. This is a very important card. See, the Ace of Swords denotes truth from God, from Creator, right? Give me 1 second, guys. Y'all know me, I'm authentic, so I choose not to, gotta fix the lighting a little bit. And I want these to be authentic, so there you go. Now we can get some in here. Okay, so the Ace of Swords is the card that denotes God's presence. This is one of the cards that have these little yellow orbs around the sword. There we go. These little yellow orbs around the sword are called yods. Anybody who's into astrology or anything like that understands that yods are also present in astrology. But what a lot of people don't know is that they're also present in the tarot. And so this card, the sword suit, is usually ordained by the signs Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, right? And so these are all signs of honorability, where Gemini is about, your mind and in the environment. What is your environment? How do you see your environment? The truth of that. Where Libra is looking for balance in all things, right? What is the truth? What is too much of anything, right? And unless I can experience that, I won't understand that. And Aquarius is the sign of I know, but what exactly do we know? And can what we know also hinder us because we are not open to knowing more? So with the Ace of Swords, this card, the swords denote truth, honor, might, belief in what you are willing to fight for. So the swords denote, in this card, if you notice, there's gray all around in this area. When we talk about gray, we talk about confusion, right? The gray areas of life, which Libra knows well about. These are the gray areas of life. This is also the same sword that stands in the major arcana justice. So with the Ace of Swords being handed by a cloud with a hand coming out of it. Now this cloud is the confusion. It seems like this hand is coming through the confusion that's going on with this card, right? And it's handing a sword. It's handing a sword out. And so the sword that's being handed out is the sword of truth. So the yods actually or the Yah in Yahweh, Havweh, right? And Yah means hand. And so with this card, oh, I'm sorry. With this card, this means the hand of God. And so the hand of God is at the beginning of the sword suit, handing you the sword. So this sword, and if you, this sword is also entailing a crown over it. Now, crowns stand for mental energy, right? So just like in the upper suits where you got the king and the queen, they both stand with their crowns. But you notice that the page doesn't. The page does not stand with his crowns. Look at it. He's still young at heart, so he doesn't fully understand things fully. But the queen and the king does, right? Because they're king and queen, but they couldn't watch over society, right, at large. So as you also notice, the higher you get in the suit of cards, the more it's about the community at large than yourself. So this card right here is number 1. So this card deals with the self. This is saying that the hand of God has come to the self to give them the sword of truth. Now, this can apply to so many different areas. It just depends on where the truth is needed to be had, right? So with the Ace of Swords, this could be truth of communication, because swords definitely stand for communication, either from spirit or either from somebody else, right? And so say like this example, you and somebody that you know have been, playing nice to each other. And you really love this person, but sometimes they do things that irritate the shit out of you. And excuse me, I'm very honest. But irritate the crap out of you. Let's for the easier listeners, for the easier ears. But irritate the crap out of you and make you feel like, you want to give them a piece of your mind, but you just don't know how to say those words. Now, I know earth signs can definitely understand this because they're not as easily communicative as might be the other signs, right? And so you want to give them a piece of your mind. And so the Ace of Swords comes out. And the Ace of Swords comes out to say, it is time for you to give them your truth. It is time for you to communicate what's on the inside of you that is confused, right? Because one deals with the self. One also deals with being a leader, right? The caring leader. So this is about telling the truth, but it's also about intellectual understanding. And so it's about allowing the truth to come out in a respectable, honorable manner. Now, sometimes it's got to be a rough truth because you might be dealing with somebody who's rough, right? But still, you are supposed to be honorable about how you carry that truth, right? So there is this little seaweed reef looking thing going on here or a coral, right? That is going on here and it's coming out of the sword. And so it almost reminds me of the reef, right? That is in some of the other cards, like the Six of Wands, where he holds the reef out of justice, or the World card, where the reef is around the human being, right? The reef is about success and victory, right? It's victory and victory over oppression, right? So when the Ace of Swords comes out, there's an area of your life that you are oppressing yourself and that the truth needed to come out. Also, this card would stand for spiritually, would stand for you have intuitive gifts and you need to communicate these gifts to others, right? In a spiritual manner. And when it comes to money, You've gotten a new idea that can take you somewhere. And with your belief, if you're willing to fight for this idea, then you will achieve this idea. You will achieve this, but it's going to come through fighting some battles and seeing things from a different perspective. Oh, and also the Ace of Swords is also largely about perspective, right? The bias theory is to believe something that is not factual or doesn't carry enough evidence. With the Ace of Swords, this is an intuitive hit from the Creator, right? That we all have, right? Because the sun rises, perfectly every day, and the moon rises when the sun sets every day at a perfect time of alignment. So definitely there is a Creator out here. Now, what that Creator is your choice, but I do understand there is one. And so this doesn't have to be physical, because in every religion, if they express the theory of God, He is always light. He, she, them, because they are all things in one, are created in light, right? And light is good and bad and good and bad. But that is the truth, right? Just like the Ace of Swords could be what you think is truth, doesn't always have to be the truth of another. What you understand is real doesn't always have to be the same understanding as another. And so it's about communication. Communication rules the nation, right? Join into my radio station. But communication rules the world. And so this card is speaking about, if you're a person that's not so communicative, this is saying to tell your truth, to speak your truth, because Spirit is alongside of you, honoring you with this truth, giving you the courage, right? The courage, as with this card, the courage to be able to speak your truth. Or if you are confused about making a decision, should I be with this person? Should I not be with this person? The Ace of Swords comes and says, you know the truth already. You just have to follow that truth. Sometimes we can reject truth even when it's clear and obvious in front of our face, as the Ace of Swords stands for clarity of thought in the mind, right? And so this would be more of the card reverse. But like I said, we will learn more about reversal cards when I go through the reversal section. And I hope you guys stay tuned to get with me on the reversals. But anyways, the Ace of Swords as a person is more of a person who is very intuitive, likes to speak the truth, and also brings clarity to others where there is mass confusion. This person could be either one of the air signs, like I said, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, all the air signs, or have those qualities. If you're an astrologer and you read charts, will have those qualities of those three sects. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the Ace of Swords, and I will see you on the next journey. Let your ideas be truth. Let your ideas be fact. And if you don't understand the truth, communicate that truth so you can get clarity and truth. I'm Aquarius Roberts. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. I love all of you, almost 3,000 of you guys. And so I had to deliver and had to come back to you guys to show this love. So thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.